Hey guys, I'm back in the WOF headquarters once again for another video. And to be honest with you, this video was actually requested by AJWF. He wanted me to take a closer look at the Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition figure. And here it is. Now that it's not in its packaging, we're going to take a closer look at this. And to be fair, after I did my last video on the Ultimates with the Ultimate Warrior and Brock Lesnar figure, I mentioned in my last video that I don't remember this part on the Ultimate Warrior. Now, later on that day, well, at the night, decided to go on WWE Network and just randomly watch some WWE pay-per-views. Ironically, it ended up being Wrestlemania 7, where Ultimate Warrior wore this outfit against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, for the first time in 30 odd years of my life, I actually noticed this on the Ultimate Warrior's entrance. He did actually do a quite boring entrance at WrestleMania 7. Considering he had this jacket on and all that lot, he didn't do his usual rocket to the ring and on the rope and everything. I think he did do the bit on the rope. In all honesty, I only watched it a few nights ago and I can't remember already. But he didn't do the whole run into the ring stuff. Mainly, I think it was down to storyline of how Sensational Sherry had been taunting him and stuff with Macho Man and attacking him and stuff. But this Ultimate Warrior figure is actually bob on. I have the original Defining Moments Ultimate Warrior, which is based on the same thing. And the jacket that you actually got with the original Defining Moments figure was actually a lot thicker. And it was quite stiff. But this one is actually a lot thinner and a lot wavier. That is one detail that I've come across that's completely different to the last one. Obviously, the second thing that was completely different to the first one, you didn't get this part, which comes off separately. You didn't get this with the Defining Moments figure, which just goes over his shoulders. But I in all the years I had watched WWE pay-per-views and everything, I had never ever until a few days ago noticed that one part of his entrance gear. That is shocking. Very, very shocking. However, I have now noticed it, and I have now seen the relevance of this as part of this Ultimate Warrior figure. Now, this Ultimate Warrior figure, I said on the last video, it might have been the last video, it might have been another video, I really like butterfly joints on these figures. You can do a lot more with them if you like me and like to do a bit of figure photography. I haven't done that for a while. I'm waiting for the code to blow over and so I can get out here and actually do something. I've got ladders, stairs, and all sorts just piled up in my backstage area at the moment because it was underneath my last ring. But obviously I got the new gen ring and I just never put them back under. Laziness! is the culprit of that. Anyway, back to the Ultimate Warrior figure. You've got your usual things. These can move because these can actually be taken out. Obviously, you really don't want to do that. I accidentally knocked one off a knee pad of his previous Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition figure. What a nightmare trying to get it back in. Just didn't want to go back in at all. I really should have warmed the knee pad up so that the hole expanded so I could just put it back in. But yes, another thing I never noticed on the original Ultimate Warrior Defining Moments figure was the little tassels on the side of the trunks. I don't think he actually had them on the Defining Moments figure. So that's another slight addition to the Ultimate version. But like I say, obviously, look at that. That is really, really flimsy compared to the first one. In fact, I might be able to find the first one in the box just in front of me. Please do not be laughing at the light shining on my head, AJ. Yes, it's got to be here somewhere. I will find it. I just got a big box to go through first. But yes, I will find it. It's here somewhere. And you know, every time I come in this box, I usually find it straight away. Aha! I've got it now. But I usually find it straight away. But because I actually wanted it, it wasn't there looking at me like it normally is. However, I have found it. This is the original version of the jacket that is on this Ultimate Warrior, and as you can see, it is quite stiff compared to this, and it's really pretty much just a thinner version of this. That is all it is. But this one was a lot tougher. It actually feels like a leathery effect on the outside, whereas this one feels, I don't really know, you can describe it. Actually feels like a bit of a leathery feel on that, but it's a lot thinner. This one was horrendous. You put that on the Ultimate Warrior, the original one, and it would, well, as you can see, because it's been curled up in a box, it's stuck in position because of how thick it is. It would have to be probably warm up on my heater. Warm up on my heater, and it'll probably bend a little bit, but no, it's a lot thicker, the original. So put that back and go back to the actual Ultimate Warrior. The face is obviously a hell of a lot different, because I think the original Ultimate Warrior had the initial warrior faces that they've used on probably most of the Ultimate Warrior figures, until they went to the mullet version of him. But this was a complete different scan. Obviously the scan, they did another head with this, which is here, from when his face paint wore off. And in all honesty, for me, he looks more like one of the Von Erichs without the face paint on that. But oh well, we can't have everything, can we? Bloody fan's making my mouth go again. I'm gonna have to turn it off, to be honest. It's actually gone quite warm in here. I actually want a bit of the cooler. Yeah, but yes, the Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition figure with a bit more detail on this video. It's really good figure. I think Mattel have done well with that one. We've seen some figures in the past from Mattel that have not been brilliant, but yes, that Ultimate Warrior, it's actually probably one of my favourites at the moment, because of the Ultimate being an Ultimate Edition, because I really like the Ultimate Editions. So with that said, that is all for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, if you've watched it, give us a subscribe. I will have plenty of videos coming in the future. After all, it is only February. It's only February. I can't believe that January's actually been and gone. But yes, it's only February. There's plenty of the year to come. Plenty of videos for the future. So, for now, that's the bottom line, because WOF said so. I'm out.